get towed up. Slide him out, he get smoked up. We spinning block, nigga, hold up. He in the car, nigga, blow it up. Got some money now, yeah, I'm too up. Got a new bitch, yeah, I'm too up. That bitch lost, yeah, she too stuck. If I catch his ass, he get poked up. This bitch, man, that she fucked up. On my story, counting bands up. Just saying, yeah, I'm 4 up. I with my twin, nigga, 4 up. Yeah, 4 up. Yeah, we 4 up. Yeah, we 4 up. Bitch, nigga, yeah, we 4 up. We 4 up. Bitch, nigga, yeah, we 4 up. Yeah, we 4 up. How about that guy get hit up? Get hit with a GM4, bro. She hang with again, now she 4 up. I'm too bad, need a new slate. I'm too sharp, I need some new blades. Turn niggas to some black range. Turn your bitch to a whole can. Yeah. That piece up in the foreign truck. That baby, I'm throwing foes up. Got the peppy, I count up. LP, yo, we 4 up. Streak on the gang, get towed up. Cut him out, he get smoked up. We spin block, nigga, hold up. He in the car, nigga, blow it up. Got some money now, yeah, I'm 2 up. Got a new bitch, yeah, I'm 2 up. That bitch lost, now she too stuck. Fuck ass ass, she get poked up. He get poked up. Yo, he fold up. Yo, he fold up. Okay.
Oh shit, my fault. What's good, chat? What's good, chat? What's good? Chat, what the fuck is up? What's good, hate it? What's good? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta talk about some shit, gang. Bron to the 76ers? Is that what we on? I never thought I'd be rooting for motherfucking Philadelphia, gang. Now niggas mad. Niggas mad he ain't go to the Warriors. Nah, it's fuck Bron, bro. Shit be crazy, bro. Telling you. Bron that one, bro. I knew he wasn't coming to the Dubs. Yeah, it really didn't make no sense for him to come to the Dubs. But do you think he was really about to go to the Heat if that jump wasn't leaked? Or no? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. That kind of seemed like, what the fuck? Like, that was just so random, bro. It's fuck him because my GM is a dumb fuck. Yeah, y'all could have got AD and what's the name, man, Bron. But hey. What if y'all could have got, Mavs wasn't giving up Kyrie, bro. What if y'all got Kyrie, Steph, and Bron? That should have been so nasty. Oh my god. Now, Hated, do you watch do you watch YouTube? Or nah? Like, do you watch I was gonna ask from Akupo to Kawhi to Bron to AD to maybe DeMar and Westbrook. Nigga said maybe DeMar DeRozan and Westbrook. Yeah, nah, that's nasty. YouTube is all I watch. Now, do you watch Kenny? So we're gonna watch a Bron Jones. We're gonna watch a Bron video, but we can watch Kenny or we can watch Low. Do you care? Do you care which one? They're fucked them. Wait, who do you watch? Or do you not watch like sports video people? We already know all we need to know about the signing. No, I don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I think I'll just go any, mini, miny, mo. What more is there to know? I just want to see all the pieces. I mean, I just want to see like how. I just want to see people's perspective on it, nigga. Bro, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna do any, mini, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he has, let him go. My mama told me to pick the best one. You are not it. Okay, we're going with Kenny.
Bron took 25 days.
Oh shit, I forgot. Bro, I thought I had everything fucking set up. God damn. I didn't. Let me go get my pizza too. Let me go get my pizza. But hate it. You gotta remember, I'm clipping again, so sometimes we're gonna watch like not necessarily pointless stuff, but stuff so I can clip. You know what I mean? You gotta remember, bro. We're locked back in. We're locked back in, bro. 6 months, man. I mean, I got to the end of this year, bro, to get. Feel me? We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. Smoke one, roll one. When you live like this, you supposed to party. Smoke one, roll one, and we all just having fun. What y'all know about that? Y'all niggas don't know. No shit about that, gang.
But he finally made Decision 2.0.
This nigga better chat about the same shit that's been repeated for like 3 weeks. Yeah, but it's official now, so it's like.
Oh, he signed with the 76ers. 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option on that second year. He had told
Nigga
us
signed
that
a
money
vet
was
minimum.
not an option,
Vet
not
minimum.
really something that he cared about on this next contract.
Here
And we
we
waited. We waited. Last video we made, we were talking about how everybody was trying to read the tea leaves. Oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? The Miami Heat had a LeBron James introductory press conference live stream scheduled on YouTube, so people are diving into that. He was golfing with Kevin Hart, who's from Philly. And I guess Kevin Hart did it. Or maybe it was when Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid, all of those guys hit him up and said, hey, this is the place you want to be. This lineup is about to be disgusting. Maxey, VJ, Jalen. I mean, what a month for the 76er fans,
I'm
right?
not gonna
Paul
lie,
George is the
bro.
first round pick.
They are they not the best team on paper? Obviously, we don't know if Joel Embiid is gonna stay healthy. Bron is 40-some years old. Streets are saying no. Bron gonna give Joel Embiid his plug, and he ain't gonna have no more knee pain. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, gang. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what Street's saying. I'm not saying it. That's what Street's saying. Feel me?
For Jaylen Brown, only a second team player. And then you bring in Bron. Bron went on to also go with his own tweet, talking about, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide. But I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at the last press conference when I said I need to look myself and decide if I still love the game. I still truly love this game and I have more to give. The last few weeks have really been special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do and take real time to think. I had an incredible few months with all the people that I love to figure it out. This is my last decision. Ooh, sometimes I'm making these videos and I wish I had like a
Nigga said my
the
last
soundboard
decision,
like
bro.
the streamers.
But chat, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he's gonna play 2 years. I genuinely think he's gonna play this year because I don't think he's gonna tell us when he wants to retire. I think he's gonna just end it. So I think he's gonna play this 1 year, and then I think that's it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad Brian not on my team. Wait, why you say that? My fault. Why you say that?
Because I would drop the bomb right there. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. Okay, bro. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, to have a chance at that feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help the Philadelphia 76ers make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team. And I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you,
Nigga
LA.
said
Miami,
we got 2
I'll
years to
forever
go to.
love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home. Is what I'm assuming.
Brian got a spelling
Bro,
error,
with the
nigga.
mic
Twitter
drop.
be tripping, bro.
And now he's going
That's
to
crazy.
the Philadelphia 76ers.
I don't want to deal with his
wow.
fans. Oh yeah, I was about to say, you know
We
that,
had been past
you know Philly getting
the
blitzed right
traditional
now.
super team era, where you think about the last 8 championships.
But Philly fans
we
are
got,
just
of
as
course, some
annoying
really
as
dope
fucking
teams.
Brown
A lot
fans,
of
gang.
those teams, man,
That's
be
gonna be
built
the
in
most
draft,
annoying
like
fan base
OKC
in the
team,
fucking
or
league,
built
gang. I'm
via
telling you.
trades over the last couple years, like the last year New York Knicks team.
Trust me,
But
I'm
we
a Brown
haven't
fan,
had
nigga. I
a
know.
team that had 3 All NBA players on it in quite some time. Like 3 All NBA player, active All NBA players, and basically we have like 4 if healthy with that 76er team. So I'm just so curious.
For all NBA players, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brown, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, and BJ is OC. Yeah, I mean, he's not OC. He's tough, though. He's tough. Now, I hope he go through the lineup.
I had mentioned before when we were talking about all of the destinations
shaky.
that LeBron could potentially hit, that the 76ers are one of my favorite ones because his passing, I think, elevates a lot of the people on this team. They have been a team that has some decent playmakers. Joel Embiid has ever evolved as a playmaker throughout his career. Jalen Brown, maybe not the greatest, but still showed you a lot last season. Tyrese Maxey, good. VJ Edgecombe still working on it going into year 3 or whatever. Year 3?
Year 2.
Year 2. My God, yeah, he's going into year 2, which is still crazy. And LeBron James is just one of the greatest passers of all time. I would assume that he's going to be one of the top assist leading guys.
Man,
It's reminding me of like when
Jimmy
he was in the
hooping
bubble. Like
before
this
he
is a lot
got
different,
hurt.
I guess, as far as talent goes. But when they did let Bron just be the straight up point guard, how he led the league in assists. I don't know if he's leading the league in assists because we got some great passers and that will have the highest usage like a Halliburton or even Luka Doncic, LeBron's former teammate. But I just know that man's going to get everything involved. And I think that the biggest criticism you may have with a LeBron James decision like this is the good old-fashioned too many cooks in the kitchen.
Fuck no, nigga. That nigga gonna be good, bro. He gonna be good, bro. Nigga, bro. Think about it. At that point, he just Pistons Blake Griffin, gang. And that's a cool player. Curry is how we took our talents elsewhere. You do not want to see Curry leave Golden State, nigga.
Right, Jalen Brown just had a season where he was the number one
want
option
him to end with Golden State
as a part of the Boston Celtics.
But if he did, where would he go? Where would you want him to go? I think the Hornets is the only answer. He gotta go back home.
And now he comes to Philly, and LeBron comes to the team, and it's like, oh my God, now is he the 4th option on this team when everybody's healthy? Is he the 3rd option, the 2nd option? Nobody really knows. Nick Nurse has a lot to really figure out, and he's got, a few months to really make it happen. This team is going to be really good. Now, I think you can just throw them because of the talent in the upper echelon of contenders, right? I don't know if I'll make the statement today. I got to really think about it, of them being the heavy favorite going into next season because, again, it's a lot going on. But the Eastern Conference went from, like, let's just say 5 years ago
to just
like
crown them.
The
But on paper, they're one of the
by
best.
a wide margin. But I'm going to read all these teams off that are going to be going for it this season. Of course, the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Toronto Raptors probably are going to have Kawhi Leonard. The Atlanta Hawks just traded a former 1st overall pick for Lou Dort. They're going to try to be as competitive as possible. Of course, the 76ers. The Orlando Magic probably don't have the talent to compete for a championship, but they got a new coach and a lot of talent. The Miami Heat just acquired Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Boston Celtics still believe that they can be competitive today. That's 9 teams right there. The Indiana Pacers, add them onto the list because they got Zubats and a healthy Halliburton. That's 10 teams right there at the bare minimum. And then we got some teams that I ain't even mentioning, like the Charlotte Hornets, who made some big trades. We'll figure out what that looks like. The Eastern Conference is kind of crazy right now.
Wizards, niggas ain't saying
it's kind of crazy right now, and I love it for the sport.
Nice shit,
I've been having a lot of conversations with people around the league talking about, what tanking looks like now with the 3-2-1 method and so on and so forth. And they were talking about how a lot of the over-under numbers are...
Nigga, I'm not gonna lie. That's what 12... That's legitly 12 teams. That's legitly 12 teams that are competing for a chip. Not competing for a chip, but competing for the playoffs. I generally think 1 through 5 is gonna be separated by like 5 games, like at the most. Then the rest of that shit, 6 through whatever 13 is gonna be separated by like 1-2 games, gang. I'm not gonna lie, like shit's about to get real duffy in the East, gang. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Lower than what they have been in the last couple of years because you can't just bake in a win against the Wizards anymore. You can't bake in against a win against the Brooklyn Nets and so on and so forth. So it's gonna be very exciting for me to see how the landscape of the Eastern Conference looks at the end of the season because there's so much talent. This is such an interesting one from Dave McMenamin. A source familiar with LeBron's thinking told ESPN that LeBron's choice hinged on a pursuit of a championship, like LeBron mentioned in his tweet. After weighing his options, he believed that Philly gave him the best chance to do that. So you look at like a Cleveland team that was just in the conference finals. Yes, they got swept, but just in the conference finals, and LeBron could have been the final piece. You look at Miami, who just acquired Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That Miami
and LeBron
shit
said
didn't make
Philly
sense,
was the
man.
one that had the highest chances with him on the roster. And I don't think
The
that's
East and
that
the West
crazy
about
to
to be
really
held
think. I
this
do
year.
think that
My
they're
GM
probably missing
said,
some
yeah,
like
let's
a
run
bunch
it
of glue
back with
guys,
this.
you know,
Fuck that.
the guys that help.
No, Ada. Ada, you might be right, gang. Y'all might be in a nah. If y'all don't even make play-in, gang, that shit's gonna be bad, bro. Yeah, Curry had at what 35? How old is he? 35, 36?
A great NBA team become a championship level team because they would do all the dirty work. But it is so very interesting to
Curry
see this
is
next chapter
38
for
years
LeBron
old.
James. I don't know. Even the Photoshop that Shams used in the report don't look real to me. I mean, it's literally not real. He's never worn this jersey before. But I think it's going to take me some time to really think about it and really get used to it. Because, I don't know. It's nuts. And as I think about that tweet that Dave just put out, I think that I would agree with Bron in that situation where, you know, him adding to the 76ers raises their ceiling higher than raising the Miami ceiling or raising the Cleveland Cavaliers ceiling or the Golden State Warriors ceiling or whatever other team he might have been contemplating.
Minnesota, I think Minnesota and what's the name, they would have been elite regardless. If you would have when the Minnesota 76ers, those are both championship teams at that point.
I can agree with that. It's JoJo, man. It's JoJo's time, bro. If there's any time to have a healthy postseason, it is now. Because of the amount of talent between the other four starters, I think that Joel Embiid could probably play half the season, a third of the season, and the team would still be really good. I think they just need him to have one. If there's just one healthy postseason run in him, this is the time.
Once again, Jimmy has no knees. Moody has no knee. Pingus has AIDS, Curry, Yaks, and friends. You got Draymond, nigga. You got Draymond, you got Yaks, you got Curry. You got that Jordan Poole LARPer. Who else? Nigga, you good? You still got pods? Oh, yeah, you got pods. Nigga, what are you talking about? You're good. No. You're overly good. You're good. You got pods. I don't even know how I forgot. You got pods, gang. You're good. Yeah, you're right. I got the greatest to ever wear 23.
One thing I mentioned many a times before through the different regimes of the Joel Embiid era, whether it be Daryl Morey or the new guy Ganson, who just made these two big acquisitions back to back. I just admire that they've tried everything in their power to build the perfect team around Joel Embiid. And, people in Philadelphia land would argue that the last trade they did for Jaylen Brown was not about Joel Embiid, but more about Tyrese Maxey. Irregardless, I just admire that we've had so many different eras under the process, whether it be, him and Ben Simmons, and then him and Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler, then him and James Harden, and then him and Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. And now it's like, boom, we got this another. Philly just continues to turn around these star players with the ultimate pursuit of competency, with the ultimate pursuit of an NBA championship. And I feel like this roster that they put together right now and going into the 2026-2027 season is the best that they've had. Outside of the Kawhi shot, I really thought that team was a championship team. Kawhi hit a ridiculous shot and ended everything, but like Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick two-man game with Joel Embiid was one of my favorite. They just, I don't know, that team is special to me, and
I don't know how I categorize Jimmy Butler because I feel like he's a winner. He just never won though. But Jimmy Butler's a winner though. You know what I mean? Like he's not a winner. He just never won. Really? Oh no. Yeah, you better pay that nigga all that money.
Leonard went on a legendary run and ended up hitting that shot and sent them home. But this team, the talent level is ridiculous. I think that Bron showed us last season that he can be malleable, right? Whether it be, when Luka Doncic was not there, he could still be the number one guy and still lead a team to a playoff series win without Luka and Austin Reeves.
Okay, we don't have to talk about that. Yes, we shit the bed. Okay, oh well, nigga. It don't even be his fault.
But when
Though.
Luka and Austin were there, he was okay with being the third guy and doing a lot of the other stuff, the dirty work stuff. And I think that's also admirable. And they're probably going to ask Braun to do a good amount of that here. I think this is a good fit for a 41-year-old guy when you have three other guys that, I don't know, if you're ranking NBA players right now, those three guys, you can argue that those three guys are maybe better than a 41, 42-year-old LeBron James. So you don't have to ask him to go out there and average 25, 7, and 7.
Tyrese Maxey averaged 30 something a game, or 30 something a game. Jaylen Brown is probably the best. It's very hard not, like, he's not, but he's probably the best two guard in the league. If not, he's top 3. And then Joel Embiid is top 3 centers in the league when healthy. And then you have a 40-year-old Braun. Come on, gang. You know some young bull on your team want to be dirty as...
Or even 22, 7, and 7, you know, like he had been over the last couple of years. This is a good destination for an old man to go out there and get some things done. I don't know. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I think one of the reasons I love it because I'm just a player movement guy, you know, internet general manager, boom, 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 boom. And I also love it because it's done. It's done. Every day I was waking up like, is LeBron gonna make a decision? Is LeBron gonna make a decision? LeBron gonna make a decision? And then he just did it on a July 20 Friday, in the end of July. Here's an updated depth chart.
Let's see. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, Joel Embiid. LeBaron Philon, he's tough. Caleb Love, he's tough. Anthony Simons, he's tough. Dalen Terry, he's decent. Dean Wade, decent. Barlow, okay. Hawk Porty, I think he's decent. Bona is decent. Justin Edwards, Jabari Walker, don't really know who that is. Duke Miles, definitely don't know. Ryan Rupert, I think he's okay. Johnny Broom, I don't know if he's okay. And then Trenton Warford, he's decent. Marjan Beauchamp, he's okay. That's the only reason he got to game 7. Then Curry gets the next series. Bro, we was just trying to hoop, bro.
I mean, obviously I think they still have some holes at just the wing. Dean Wade went from, you know, a really nice glue guy starter to now coming off the bench with LeBron being there. Anthony Simons is just a knockdown shooter, and because of some of the defensive infrastructure they'll have, I think they could be okay there. Huck Porty and Adeem Bona as backups to Joel Embiid is pretty good. So it is a really solid rotation, I would say.
Yeah, that's a nice
really
team,
solid
bro.
7-8 man, because I don't know how much you can trust a rookie, right? Even though LeBaron Philon, I really like him as a player. It's just a lot to expect from a guy that was, you know, lately drafted, I guess. I think a lot of the conversation, though, that you'll hear over the next month or maybe the entirety of next season is about, you know, LeBron James ring chasing. And I've said this before. I know,
bro, the nigga's 40 years old. Yes, he's ring chasing, gang. He is 42 years old. Bro, what the fuck do you want him to do? What, you want him to go get with the worst team in the league and build up? Like, gang. And also, if he would have went damn near anywhere in the East, they would have said he's ring chasing. Because all them teams are LeBron James away from being the best team in the league. What are we talking about? When hasn't he ring chased? When he went to the Lakers, he didn't ring chase. When he went back to Cleveland, he kind of ring chased. But he didn't know he was going to get a ring. Like, he knew, he only ring chased when he went to Miami. And he bragged about it. Them niggas, no. He played a season with them young niggas. He played a season with Lonzo and Randall and Kuz and all them niggas. They missed the playoffs that first year. And then that's what he said, yeah, fuck that shit. Boop. Them niggas gone. Fuck that. Get me AD right now, nigga. I'm not playing with these young niggas no more. Fuck that. And then when he went, and then now he's definitely ring chasing though. But nigga, that's what his goal is, to get a ring. Nigga won number 5.
LeBron James' legacy is completely set. So regardless of what happens in Philly, regardless of what you think about this decision or whatever, LeBron James is solidified.
I just didn't like how you said instantly, nigga. Stop playing my man.
Depending on your opinion. And I don't know, even though this, in the literal sense, it is a ring chase based on LeBron's own tweets and based on Dave McMenamin saying that, you know, winning the championship is number one priority. I just maybe don't see it as much as like when Karl Malone ended up with the Lakers, or when Shaquille O'Neal did his rainbow tour of trying to get a championship, or like, I don't know, Chris Webber back in the day, we ended up in, I don't know, the Detroit Pistons, or like Gary Payton, who ended up getting one with the Miami Heat. I just think LeBron is just, or even Charles Barkley when he ended up in Houston. I think LeBron is just so much better and so much impactful than all of those guys on their last years on those teams, that though it is a ring chase in a literal sense,
I respect
he's
that
just
take.
so
That's a great
good
take.
that
That's a great take, Kenny.
they need it. You know, they need it. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna end here
He's
and I'm
going
gonna
to
be
be
the eighth
a
man on the
important
roster while
factor
y'all go
to
out
play.
there, y'all go do y'all thing.
To
No,
win.
in order for Philly to, like, you asked me 3 days ago, or we literally had this conversation on Numbers on the Board. Was the Philadelphia 76ers with the acquisition of Jaylen Brown like a 1A contender? I said no. I said no. They are a really good team that could potentially do it, but I didn't see them in the same tier. This is before, I guess, the OKC Thunder traded away everybody. But OKC or the Knicks or the Spurs, but they were probably right below that. But now adding LeBron James, I think that they're in there because that's how good, even at 41, 42 years old, LeBron James has been and will be. So, like, yes, in a literal sense, it's a ring chase, but I don't even care about anything like that. We know he's 41. He's not good enough to be the best player on the championship team anymore. I think that's okay. He comes to that realization. His team comes to that realization. The teams that were trying to acquire him come to that realization. They say, Bron, we want you to be the second best, the third best, hell, maybe even the fourth best player on our team. And we can go out there and get it done.
If LeBron James is the fourth best player on your team, you got
That's fine.
I
think that's fine. That's just me. That's just me. Would you rather him wither away on a team that he is the best player and they're dog shit? You want him to go to the fucking Bulls to chase the ghost of Michael Jordan? No, let him go to a team
where he can just compete. Okay, great takes. Let's see what else we got.
I'm paying like I'm a bad guy. No, tell the truth in this world. There's a lot of funny and weird behind the scenes. Stop trying to stop playing with me, gang.
Bro, these niggas be crashing, bro. I don't know why Lakers fans are the worst. Nah, facts. I don't know why. These niggas crash so much, but these niggas ever since streaming university ended, these niggas been turned up, gang.
Niggas is goofy, gang. My mother like gang. My mother like it. He trying to show off for y'all, gang. And if I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all, I don't.
I want to get some capris, bro.
I don't care about the way. I don't care about none of that shit. I swear to God, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I literally don't care anymore, bro.
The capri sweats, niggas are so hard.
All like simulation, gang. I literally sit here and like manipulate like I'm on some shit. I'm not a individual, gang, at all, gang. I don't know. Yo, my nigga, y'all niggas know I couldn't come and talk.
Now, all just side though, why you so mad
on the bed is great reason to crash.
Facts,
that's what I'm saying.
Wash it, replace it, get a new one for him, bro. So I don't get why you so mad.
Bro, nigga.
My shit. Niggas fake reimburse me on some funny shit. Niggas do mad lame game, but I respect until they get hurt, gang. I'm not really on this shit no more, gang. Like, I try, gang. I got real life going on, gang. Like, real life going on, gang. I don't really like word, gang. I do shit that never ever think do for me, nigga. Niggas, don't play with me. I don't go play with y'all like that. You don't even have a room in this trade. You don't even have a better hate for me to play with you. I'm not doing that with you, gang. I'm coming here to go to rest. So I can try to stay consistent to change my life. Everybody know I'm not a consistent streamer. I'm trying to stay consistent. Get my rest and just get up and just do what I gotta do. I don't do that with you. You know everybody was damn crazy, so you gonna play with me.
Right.
So I can react crazy.
Cause when but in the West name they was like, nah, Des gonna crash. Like they knew he was gonna crash, bro.
Cause everybody got little brothers. I got little brothers too. Same age and all that. No, I swear to God, I don't give a no more, gang. It's goofy, gang. This whole crib, I don't even know, gang.
Top 5 Clover.
This whole entire crib, gang. Like, my mother life, gang. I swear to God.
What think I say? What think I say?
Bro. Whack.
Ray, would you go pour a meal over there?
This all clip on.
No, you're gonna beat the on me. What? No. Yo, think I, yo. Found your gifted? Hell no. Oh. Yeah, dream.
Boy up there just climbed behind a camera, bought some $300 sheets. What am I, mother? Violate this whole kid.
Oh, he was talking crazy. Oh, I didn't know he was talking crazy like that. I thought.
Nah, nobody wanna say nothing, cause they know the. I say, hey, lift this whole up.
Just chill.
Rub out the camera, live. So with some two black eyes. What am I, yo? Nah. I'm I was just trying to go back to my segment. Now this is gonna be the segment. So I lie.
What's your camera? Y'all both on the internet, just going back and forth.
Gator appreciate the follow, gang. Gator appreciate the follow.
Would you pour milk over?
I'm not talking to him no
Bro,
more.
you do spoil, you
Yo, think of it.
No, that's crazy, bro. Gang, it's like what niggas don't understand it. What I'm thinking this nigga don't understand it. It don't matter. Everybody here got money, gang. Obviously, it's not about the money. All these niggas can go get their fucking bed if they want to. It's a respect thing. That nigga wasn't even there, first of all, and he be chilling. Niggas know he be chilling, bro. You don't be crashing till a nigga play with him. So it's like, why you gonna play with him? Why you feel like you can play with a nigga and the nigga can't crash? What the fuck?
You bet on payment. Okay, but it's disrespectful.
Yo, Kai was in the
It's
chat.
disrespectful. Kai does not live
Who
here.
the fuck is
This is Kai.
Kai don't
As a young man.
Kai don't stay here
As
though.
a young man, stop touching me, gang. As a young
Listen.
As a young man,
Yo,
as a young man,
do you not remember?
as a young man,
As a young man, it's a
it's
constant
respect his
grind.
boundaries,
This is
gang.
this is a quick
It's respect his boundaries. Anytime I step, it's respecting his boundaries, gang. It's respecting his boundaries, gang. Yes.
So when niggas throw milk, ketchup,
It's respecting
and
his
when niggas
boundaries.
would violate, so when
It's
niggas
respecting his
Yo,
boundaries, gang. Oh, you know his
What the-
bed. That's disrespectful.
so when niggas throw shit on me, it's respecting
Stop doing
boundaries.
something to somebody trying to figure out.
I love you to death. And what am I can talk to you? I can
Listen, it's
right now.
respecting his
I love you.
boundaries. Listen,
What am I
Hey, get up. When your weed got stolen. When they take your weed.
What?
When they take your weed. Remember when they take
Exactly. When they take my shit, they take my weed. When they take everything. When I leave everything
I'm
up
not
there,
justifying-
they take my shit. Do I care? No, because I got money.
I'm not,
I can
listen,
fix
I'm
my
not,
shit.
listen, I'm not justifying.
Yes, you are. You are.
I'm not justifying what he said on your stream. I'm not justifying.
Okay, alright, so
Stop trying to say
what are you
trying to
saying?
get hate from because I don't give a
I was never hate for my man.
I'm not justifying what he said to you. It's
What are you
correct.
saying to me? What are you
Because
talking
you're on stream. Things like that shouldn't be said.
At the end of
I
the
said it's
day,
respect.
bro.
You do sport.
Listen,
Ray just chatting.
He
Yeah, I
wasn't
really
here.
wish he would.
Listen.
He didn't agree to play.
I shouldn't have
Won't
clicked
do
on his
milk on
shit.
my head. What did I do? I went along with it. And I cleaned up my room. Cannot say what somebody should or shouldn't do.
So
But this is Kai crib. This not nobody crib. This is not our crib.
We here to take care of
This
it.
is Kai crib.
We here to
bro.
take care of it.
when
Listen.
every
We here to take care of it.
Ray really rage baiting.
That's the thing. When my shit was gone, bro, I just when my shit was gone, I would say nothing.
when cry about $300 sheets,
Bro,
Listen,
like
when
he
he
said,
said to you,
you
like I
pay
said,
the
listen.
sheet.
That camera
You
is
just- I know.
off. What is wardrobe
No,
doing? I didn't care how niggas be in that house, man. Nah, facts. I have no idea how niggas be in this house. But that's what I think it's too many. It's the age group is the age disparity. Like you got Tyler and them 25. You got some 18-year-olds in there. It's just like young. It just wouldn't mesh. You got kids and grown men. That my shit get broke every other week or shit getting stolen. Facts. Like, what we doing?
I lost camera shit.
How you lost Balenciaga slides?
But somebody take it, bro.
Who?
Yo, bro,
Who?
I don't know. Somebody in the crib.
Who took your
My Louis
Balenciaga? Who took
Vuitton,
your Balenciaga slides?
See what my brother said?
CJ,
Come.
nigga. Who you talking about?
I ain't lie, it's just so much.
CJ.
It's just
Come out.
yo, listen.
Who the one? Has anything ever went missing?
Yo,
And when things were missing, who's the one that played for it? CJ. Let's talk facts, nigga.
No, I lost my
That was
camera
the
battery.
No.
I lost my.
Bro,
I lost it,
stop playing
and my
around.
shit was like dirty, bro.
Please, Nah, wardrobe. I ain't gonna please stop playing around.
Yo, let's do one more second. I'm gonna go buy him a new
You're
shit.
right.
Yo,
Nigga thought he was on camera. Told you, nigga thought he was on camera. He's got shit.
No.
I lost my. I lost it, and my shit was like dirty, bro.
Nah, wardrobe. I ain't gonna please stop playing around.
Yo, let's do one more second. I'm gonna go buy him a new
You're
shit.
right.
Yo.
Listen.
Like, he want this to be the second. Let's go.
Word to my mother.
No, hold on.
Nah, one more second.
I said
Wait,
he
get up.
should have spoke to you.
You were trying to clean shit, replace it, right?
My mother, I stopped my whole street. Go clean nigga shit.
That was that's what I'm saying.
Nigga, it's a constant crib.
It's a contact curve, bro.
All I'm gonna say is
It's called balance.
Balance?
It's
But
balance.
he gonna replace it, right? You gonna replace it?
I will fix everything.
This house has no balance. But you on stream, he on stream. All right, everybody want to speak for their own POV. Everybody trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do. I can see that when it comes to agreement. I'm not about to have a conversation in front of the internet because they are gonna paint their own pictures. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be the adult and I'm gonna walk away. You and Dad said before
You was just having a conversation.
Remember when we threw mad water on your bed?
Yes.
You had no. It was not mad. You got back on content timing.
I'm counting that
That's
shit.
not content timing.
That's not content shit. I'm glad.
My brother that I grew up with. This is not a house where you just princess, $300 seats, protect $300. This is a content crib, man. Remind himself. Remind him that.
And
Remind him that.
I cannot say how you that. You go school, you somebody's bed. You cannot do something to somebody and then try to dictate how should they react. You can't do that.
We throw lotion and water on your
do
bed. Lotion and water on your bed.
Because Dommy's received a hate form and you're calm because you threw hassles and Dommy cameraman eyes and then he choked you out. He took it overboard. But you cannot. It's a reaction.
But exactly.
To every action is a reaction. But you cannot dictate how somebody should react. You should have done it in the first place.
I'm not thinking about. Don't try to blame the game.
Listen.
Don't be saying to you. Come on, gang.
Word to my mother. I just went up there in his stream. I said, I'm gonna say to you and Tim, I'm not trying to talk because we on camera, bro. And it's so much shit that happened, that don't even be on stream that should not be brought to the internet. But that's something that with that shit, I feel like it shouldn't have been brought to the internet. But I cannot control how he react, bro.
But I'm saying though, bro,
Dad's on streams is 10 a.m. for him to come home to no sheets on his bed. He's tired, he want to lay down. But you do spoil in his bed for subscribers.
I washed his sheets and I made sure.
Dad's not do that to you. I'm be honest.
I made sure his shit was dry.
Do that to you.
His shit is completely dry, brand new.
Since you've been in his house, you've left that corner dirty for weeks and weeks and weeks.
And I paid for cleaning. Anything I need me to pay for, I paid for. What are y'all talking about?
You don't probably put up for cleaners 1 or 2 times.
No, I did not. I paid for cleaners 3 times.
That's not what I'm trying to say. You leave dirty. You leave your stuff all over the place. When we just came back from SU, your suitcase was open and it's downstairs, and I closed it.
Word to my mother, gang. Everything.
But that was different. That was on stream.
What?
On stream.
What's on stream?
Bro, again, all I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
All I'm saying is anything that needs to be paid for, I pay for it. Anything, bro, I swear to God, I took it for any clean. I took it for when we had baby Christ's birthday party. Chipped in for that shit. What are you talking about?
Nah, niggas see.
And what?
Gang, when niggas start arguing about money, gang, that's when shit go left, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's why this shit be weird, bro. You cannot, like, when you have your man, bro, that money shit gotta be understood, bro. It should be no what's the name gang, cause once niggas start, oh yeah, I paid for this, start counting favors and shit, nigga, it's bad.
Mother,
nigga, you
every
shut
time I
up.
come back from my corner is ravaged.
That's not true, bro.
It's ravaged. Yes, it is. What am I mother? I be losing shit. Ray, do I not tell you all the time?
Yeah.
Like,
What
bro,
the fuck
listen,
are we talking about?
the fact that I'm trying to have a conversation as young men, we on camera, I don't because say
I'll shave your upper lip.
Yo, gang, he just said
no, sir.
never did nothing to me, never touched no shit. He had never done. I'm not saying.
But Peter Bond and Stream,
Listen,
come on, bro.
I'm not. Listen, Des, what he just said, he should have said it off stream. But I cannot control how somebody react. But to every action, this is a reaction. You know what I'm saying? But I cannot control how he react.
But he's
You
just
know what
washing
I'm
sheets though, bro. It's just
saying?
sheets.
It's not just sheets.
It is.
No, it's not to you. It's just sheets. It's not just sheets.
Content, bro. It's content, bro.
It's not just sheets. It's respect, bro.
Bro, they argue on sheets.
Yeah,
it's
like
sheets.
they arguing situation. Tylil arguing principle, and the young niggas just not understanding that. Mercedes had what will you do for a Mercedes? I don't even want a Mercedes, gang. I don't even think I really want a Mercedes. I don't think there's a single Mercedes like I want to have. Yeah, nah.
Man, you're gonna ban over some
I'd rather go
I
Audi or
literally
BMW if
$7,000
I'm
buy 5
going.
more sheets.
That's what I'm
Like
saying,
22.
bro. I said,
22 still young, bro.
Okay, listen. Again, I agree. He should have never said that to you while on stream. I agree.
I'm saying though, he could have pulled me to the side.
But do you feel like you went overboard? Porn, spoiled milk.
no.
The nigga I am
Okay,
at 25 is not the nigga I was at 22. Like I'm obviously, but like yeah, like you still looking at that nigga cause my brother like 23. Like you still looking at that nigga like a little like he's still a young like you know what you and Daniel do? Oh, we just chill, took him to the burger spot. What else we do? We end up watching the Odyssey and going to this little
You
bar
don't feel like
type
that? That's
thing.
it.
No.
content, bro.
And what about my mother? I made sure I did not close my eyes until that man's sheets was clean. Why would I close my eyes being down like that? And what
Listen, bro. Let's take out on crib, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Gang, like, bro, come on, it's content, gang.
Like, that's what I'm saying, though.
Hearing
Like,
body on the stream is insane, gang. Nah.
I definitely love y'all, bro. No fact that y'all understand, like, what am I saying?
That's what I'm saying, though.
Like, no funny.
He said shit.
Like 10 times making sure the niggas heard it, gang. Dead.
Facts. I ain't lying, bro. It's
Bro,
not bad.
it's good. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's good. I feel like maybe I just gotta get up out of here, bro. No funny shit or some shit, gang. Cause that's mad day, gang. I make sure to step on nobody's toes. When niggas take everything I need, I say, my man, bro.
It's literally just content, bro. Like, overseas, bro. Okay, I see. Okay, boom. Break his PC. All right. You get a little too mad. Still content, gang.
If you break your PC, but you replace it with your own money back,
nah, breaking a nigga PC is crazy regardless. This nigga talking like he got friends. I did hang out with some friends.
Principal watch, and now I'm gonna make him feel bad.
I was like, I mean, you already did that.
I said, so do I not give him sheets? Like, I'm about to just Uber Eats like something. I don't know, bro.
Tyler said this, and he just stream.
What else? Them niggas chatting. Them niggas is chatting. Oh yeah.
Said somebody suing me.
This nigga,
Who didn't see this one coming? In the plethora of videos in which we talked about Adrian Broner and Dean the Great streaming lifestyle,
this
we
nigga
gave
fucking
warning. All the aggressiveness, all of
case,
the deranged and strange behavior that they have around women will eventually catch up to them one day. And not that I wish that on any man, woman, or otherwise in this world, I can just kind of read the tea leaves that are out there. And so now, Adrian Broner is being sued for schmexual battery and a schmaltz over alleged incidents involving a woman he met during a previous streaming run. Now, I do want to make a few things clear before everybody starts just running with narratives and everything. One, this is a civil lawsuit. Two, these are allegations. There is nothing yet to be proven at all. And we don't know
it's a civil lawsuit.
What will
it's not
happen
even
exactly
a criminal
next.
job.
But when you read the details of the lawsuit, this environment is exactly what we've been talking about. Alcohol, women being bought on stream, schmexual comments becoming content, and Adrian Broner being encouraged to act without boundaries because his unpredictability brought in views. No, we didn't predict this specific allegation. We predicted this environment could not continue without eventually creating some sort of serious problem. And just when it looked like Adrian Broner and Dean the Great were about to change right in the middle of their marathon, it seems as though that past has come back to haunt them.
It's really funny because them niggas, it's really funny because it's like them niggas like were doing a 180. I feel like at the end of this 45, their PR would have been clean, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. All that
long way for the channel.
That shit cut now, boy.
This is a serious video. Now, back into the content. According to the TMZ article, the woman claims that Adrian Broner invited her and her friends to an after party on June 2nd. She alleged that Adrian Broner encouraged her to drink and continued pressuring her schmexually after she repeatedly refused. The lawsuit alleges that Adrian Broner then exposed himself, i.e. took his pants down and something like that, just showed his gluten, and attempted to force schmexual contact by grabbing her and moving her hand. It also describes a June 8th incident connected to a live stream residence. The woman claims Adrian Broner pressured her again and later humiliated her during the live stream. That humiliation, and tell me if you've seen this before, was him dumping ice water on her.
Sorry. Hey, bro. Bitch, you gonna suck some dick? You gonna what on niggas?
Now, it hasn't been confirmed yet if the video that I just played is specifically the moments that are being referred to in the lawsuit.
That's
but
crazy.
It looks like it's walking like a duck and talking like a duck.
Water thrown on you.
Dean the Great is also reportedly named over statements he allegedly made to the woman to his audience. Now, again, all of this is alleged. This is just what's been filed in the lawsuit. Adrian Broner has yet to respond to any of those things. You actually saw his response in real time to finding out that he was being sued.
Said somebody suing me for battery.
And we also don't know if this will elevate to some sort of additional non-civil charges based off of an investigation that's happening. But what we do know is that this one is just a little bit different than the other times in which Adrian Broner has found himself in some sort of legal situation or some sort of controversy. This isn't some apology that he can do on stream and promise that he will get better. Hell, this isn't even something that happened off camera and that people, can kind of just say he say, she say type situation. This is something that was allegedly caught on camera because that's going to be hard to, kind of skate around and get around. And then now the evidence that we're talking about that would make this lawsuit really stick is ultimately the behavior that made the content engaging. All in all, we can't say whether the allegations are true or false.
You gonna suck some dick? You go one on
Bro,
me.
his
But we
stomach
can't
is just
say that
fluid.
Adrian Broner was
Nigga need to
repeatedly
drain
placing
it.
himself inside an environment where serious trouble
Nah, oh God,
became
dog.
more
This shit-
likely every
bruh.
time the cameras got turned on.
You take it.
No,
What you do?
I don't. I'm a germaphobe.
Oh my God.
We've been pretty much chronicling it this whole time, but if you look back, AB's unpredictability was the reason that the partnership between
Talking about
him
some
and Dean the Great
tasted.
became
Nigga, if
so
you don't
popular.
back
The
the
more
hell up.
intoxicated and unfiltered Adrian Broner became,
What
the
the
more
fuck?
viral the moments from the stream produced. Drinking was no longer this private problem that they had.
Niggas
It became
arguing
a
like
part of
they-
the entertainment. Women were constantly being brought in and around while Adrian Broner was drinking and behaving impulsively. And I think everyone and their mother kind of felt these schmexual and uncomfortable moments and interactions. And it was nasty because an old adage kept being used that, you know, this was all for content. It was all for the cameras.
You know what it is.
You gotta go.
I thought you was gonna watch a movie.
But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. And again, I've been in some of these environments before where we've had to cast for certain people to be on shoots and streams and all this other stuff like that. Just because you sign up to be on a stream doesn't mean that you signed up to subject yourself to these gropes and grabs and other stuff like that. Now again, this does not mean that we predicted this specific allegation in this lawsuit, and it also doesn't mean that any of the old clips prove that this woman's claims are actually correct. So based off of what we're looking at in this Chud the Builder case, it probably used social media to help build a character for who Adrian Broner is, let alone the other incident that he found himself in just a few years ago. Allegation itself was not inevitable, but when alcohol, schmexualized content, and non-existent boundaries repeatedly collide on live streams, serious consequences begin feeling inevitable. The frustrating part about this is that Adrian Broner and Dean appeared to realize this themselves, and they went on this whole new marathon journey, and it looked like an attempt to replace all the nonsense that they were doing in their previous content with something more healthy, more wholesome, and ultimately less schmexualized. The Locked In Marathon launched a 45-day attempt to rebuild Adrian Broner and prepare both men for their boxing fights coming up in the fall. It appeared to be the complete opposite of everything that they had been displaying on stream. Now, I don't know if this was because they truly have a fight coming up. I don't know if it's because Kai Cenat told them, hey man, you gotta clean that stuff up.
That's some real shit though. Hide the liquor from this nigga, bro. No liquor, no lust, no nothing. Take these denies right here. Look at them, and I'm gonna be hawking to see if there's change.
I don't even know if it's because, you know, maybe they
if them niggas would have went to stream at you, oh my God, that shit would have got bad, bruh.
Coming down. Who really knows? But
That shit
ultimately,
would've
the
got
alcohol,
horrible.
partying, the women were no longer supposed to be the main attraction of it all. And Adrian Broner became this person protecting the warehouse from distractions.
We need to stick to the plan and do everything. We doing everything, right? Only thing we not doing is eating these. Look, this is why we still got guts, man. This shit's full of food. We gotta eat our preps. We gotta eat our meal preps, Dean.
He woke up everyone. He monitored the food that people were eating and treated the marathon like a real training camp, like the old AB days.
You better stay asleep, gang. You better keep resting. Do you want to wake up or not? Yo, take all these waters, man. Take these waters back, man. Come on, go to 7. Let's go. Half them out, y'all. Half them out, man. Let's go. Come on, boy. Come on.
When Dean invited women, Adrian Broner became angry because they were supposed to be focusing on boxing.
Is we gonna train?
No, we're not training. I think just pulling up with a bunch of girls.
Okay, it's 2. I got an hour. I got an hour till you get here. You train at 3. So we training after this interview?
Dean was so conditioned to Adrian Broner's previous behaviors that when he saw him preparing a cup of ice, he thought it was alcohol.
Hey, gang.
What?
What you making that with, though?
It don't matter.
What you gonna put in the cup, though?
What you mean? Get off my back, bitch ass nigga.
What's in the cup, nigga?
Ice.
What you gonna put in the ice?
Last time I checked, you was 29.
And for once, they both seemed to figure out what it took to not only make it in
He looked
boxing,
like he
but
could
also
be
what
your
it
big
took
bro.
to make it
Who,
in
AB?
streaming for a long
Or this
career.
nigga?
And for what it's worth, I
Omeezy?
think that the world
Y'all got
as a
the
whole was thanking
same
them for
weak
turning
ass
this
beard,
new
okay.
leaf. At the end of the day,
Jason,
it
you don't
looked
even
like
have
the
a
path
beard.
that
You
they were
can't
going
even grow
down
a
would
beard, nigga.
ultimately be positive. Now, I don't think that any of this stuff disproves the potential serious allegations of what's going on in the lawsuit. And I also don't think that the lawsuit should make us negate that, hey, there's been some sort of reform or transformation that these fellas are going on. I just probably wouldn't go as far.
I gotta
as
get a
to cry
haircut,
about
bro.
it. So this is
I
what
got
makes
a
the
beard
timing
right
of the
now,
lawsuit
nigga.
so
No, you
important.
don't.
While viewers were watching Adrian Broner build a new version of himself, consequences
Appreciate
connected
the
to previous
sub.
streams were still moving towards him. The most beautiful thing about social media is that
30
it
points. Appreciate
allows
the
you to
sub,
almost
gang.
overnight
I got a full
change
beard
your
pizza
image
on
and how you are
IG.
perceived
No.
online. The audience
No,
sees
he doesn't.
Adrian Broner
That
and Dina
nigga's a
Great
low
training
ass
and eating
kid.
correctly
30
and rejecting
points is
alcohol.
good.
So now it feels like a new
Wait,
chapter has
30 points. Let me see. Who is this? Do I know you? Like in real life? Happy. Not IRL. Oh shit. What's good? 30. I was just thinking about you, gang. Balls. I was literally just thinking about you. I was like, damn, I ain't talked to you in a minute, bro. No. You're not a little nigga, bro. I'm just saying, like,
that they move much slower
baby
in the
face, though.
content
You know how it
cycle.
is.
Something that allegedly happened in
No,
June
on
can
God,
become
on
public
God,
after the
what,
person
that was-
appears completely different in July. And now
Chill,
Adrian Broner
bro.
can't
On me,
use
I
his
was,
newfound discipline and this new angle that he's taking on life as a way to prove that this woman's allegations are 100% false.
Oh,
And at the same time,
bruh,
the lawsuit
Jason,
doesn't
guess who-
automatically prove that this transformation.
Jason, guess who hit me up, bro? Said we need a stream, bro. That nigga Mo, bro. I gotta hit him back up.
Is false. Genuine progression and accountability can exist at the same time. And AB might truly regret the lifestyle he was living and still have to answer for what allegedly happened during it. And don't
Mo, nigga. How you get your motivation back? What's the name? Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Niggas be so quick to put it on song. Mo, nigga. I think you know how you was like, I wish, you know, we had the same motivation. So, you know what I mean? You remember we had that conversation? And I was like, you was asking me like, what was my motivation? And I was like, I don't know. I wish I don't know. I think I found it. That's what I was saying.
Don't get it twisted, because I've always been about accountability. That does not mean Dean the Great is getting off scot-free in all this. It's all fun and games while the views are going up, the money's going up, you're getting connected with all these people, this, that, and the third, and the fourth, and you're creating an environment for a man that is toxic, addicted, and all these other things. And this is the scary part about content creation. The things that we are not supposed to see, some of those real-life things, can be some things that get you the most views. And when you try to blur those lines, then oftentimes somebody will come and clear it right up.
I guess I don't know. I'm about to see
something like consequences.
I didn't know
like
he
facing the things and the actions that you did during that blurry segment of it all. You can't just go into court and use a live stream as a way to say like, yo, these consequences shouldn't exist for me. Using it's just content as some sort of legal defense won't work. The most important question is no longer whether AB can maintain discipline for 45 days. It's whether Adrian Broner and Dean the Great understood the danger before the consequences arrive.
Well, I can't say it yet because like I feel like right now it's more so. Right now it's more so motivation, but if the motivation turns into discipline and I just continue doing it, then I'll be like, okay, it was that. But if this is just like because I'm riding the motivation, then it'd be no point.
Been too late. We don't know
so
what
allegations
against Adrian Broner will be proven. We don't know how AB will formally respond or what will happen with the lawsuit.
It's not Adam, but it's really y'all, but it's not y'all at the same time.
But
it's
this
more
is
than
why
that.
We're concerned with this.
It's him getting a new job. That is gonna help. That's gonna help so much, and I think I'm about to work at a dog kennel. I hope so. I hope I'm gonna work at a dog kennel. But if I do, bro, I can either work overnight or I can work if I can work overnight or I can do like a 6 to 2. If I can do a 6 to 2, bro, nigga got 15 jobs, bro. I got 3, bro. I stream, deliver mail, and I deliver pizzas,
at the beginning. Adrian Broner and Dean the Great repeatedly combined all of Adrian
money,
Broner's
bro. I'm
vices
underwater,
for the
bro.
sake of getting the views, the likes, the clicks, and everything
horrible.
like that. The alcohol, the women, the schmexualized content, the weak boundaries, and then broadcasting all of that to thousands of people. We didn't predict this exact accusation. We predicted that there was going to be something that you could just no longer shut the camera off for and return to the next live stream with an apology. The locked-in marathon proves that Adrian Broner can change directions in his life. He can stop drinking, he can reject all of these distractions, and he can begin.
The rent, gang. I don't got no money on. No. My shit was working. My capture card worked right now. It's working right now. Okay. Chat. Lil Anna got my man P motivated. No, it's not that.
Will Evelyn's boyfriend Javier be willing to cheat on her?
Half of me is like, no, he would
Chat,
never.
we got a UDY reaction, chat. Nigga don't like competition. Why do you think that, though? Oh, shit. Yeah. I find it. Nigga said...
Avengers Endgame looks like...
Everything you... Oh, yeah. This is actually perfect. Before Spider-Man and Doomsday, this is actually perfect. He don't want to fight for a spot. He just want to be a spark. He just want to be a star player. No, that's the thing though, Jason. That's the thing. I don't want to be the star player. I just want to be really, really good at my role. Like a Tobias Harris, if you will. Nigga made, you know how much money this nigga Tobias Harris has made in his career, gang? $330 million, nigga, for being the best role player of all time. That's me, nigga. I don't want to be that nigga that. I don't want to game winner. Let me buy. No, nigga, no. That's not me. Don't give me that bitch. Just let me run and shoot. Feel me? 3-and-D, baby. 3-and-D. I ain't messed with you in a while, bro. I'm enjoying this. 3-and-D, baby. 3-and-D, baby. 3-and-D, baby. Hold on, let me get something to drink. Let me get something to drink and some brookies. Hold on, chat. I gotta get some brookies. So chat, once I get off of stream, I'm gonna finish editing the vlog, and then I think I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna have it premiere for like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, like 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I feel like that's a perfect time on a Saturday. And I'm gonna just post it.
It's like the end of the MCU because, well, it closes the story that Marvel's been building since 2008. Tony Stark's ultimate sacrifice, it saved the universe, but it also left Marvel with a new problem. They are now without the people who carried this universe into the multi-billion-dollar franchise it is, and they still have to figure out how to keep moving. The next big bad was always going to be Doomsday, but to get there, Kevin Feige had to practically start from the drawing board. But a drawing board with a lot of emotional baggage, right? It all begins with Endgame.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga just, boy, he just summed that up perfectly. I'm not even gonna lie, he literally just summed that up perfectly.
After Tony snapped his fingers, ultimately putting an end to the purple alien threat and his magical space rocks to erase half the universe, it left everyone in a rough spot because the Avengers were no longer really the Avengers. With Tony, Steve, and Natasha gone, especially Tony, the franchise removed half of the emotional center it had been leaning on since Phase 1. Even the win is messy. Hulk brings everyone back, but that doesn't magically fix the 5 years in between. The people who survived already rebuilt their lives. Governments already adjusted. The world already learned how to function without half of its population. Then all of that gets thrown into chaos the second everyone returns. Like, hey, what's up? I'm back. That's why, guys, Marvel couldn't just jump straight into another Thanos-level threat and act like the board was still intact. It had to deal with the damage first. Who replaces Iron Man?
What?
Who carries
Wait,
Captain
when did
America's...
Infinity War come out? What year was that? 2021? I mean, what is this? This Endgame. Endgame came out in what? 2021? What year did Endgame come out? What year did Endgame come out? 22, I think? Okay.
Shield. What do the Avengers even mean now that the people who defined them are dead, retired, or missing? Endgame makes that obvious, but Marvel doesn't answer that problem by rushing straight into the next giant villain. First, it had to figure out how they were going to continue the MCU and make it even better. That's why the first post-Endgame project feels smaller, stranger, and more emotional. The MCU is trying to answer who is left after the old heroes are gone, and what that loss does to them. WandaVision is the clearest example of that. Wanda loses Vision. She loses
Endgame came out. Wait. Wait. Endgame came out in 2019? And it's 2026? Anything isn't that long either? No, that's insane. No,
the future
that's
that she
insane.
thought she was going to have and breaks under the weight of it.
Okay.
Westview becomes the physical shape of that grief. She built an entire fake life in New Jersey where Vision is still there. That pain is buried under sitcom logic and everything looks normal as long as no one questions it. Of course, though, none of it is normal, even for New Jersey. The town is trapped inside of her breakdown. Agatha forces the truth into the open, and by the end, Wanda becomes something much bigger and much more dangerous as the Scarlet Witch, finally earning the name, while also putting Billy and Tommy on the board as future young Avengers. The Falcon and Winter Soldier. But this show, it tackles the same problem from a different angle.
This show was, I don't really like that show. This show wasn't that good. I don't know what you mean by what. What do you do? To who? To where? To what?
Steve gave Sam the shield in Endgame. But a handoff isn't the same thing as acceptance. The show turns that into the real conflict. What does Captain America even mean in a world after Steve Rogers? Well, the government tries to answer that with John Walker, which immediately tells you that they still see the symbol as something they can assign from the top down. The Flag Smashers and their silly little masks add another layer by showing that the post-blip world is still unstable. It's bitter and politically broken. So Sam's real arc is deciding what kind of Captain America he wants to be, and taking that identity on his own terms instead of living in Steve's shadow. Black Widow goes backwards in the timeline, but in the larger post-Endgame picture, its job is pretty obvious. It moves Yelena Belova into position. Also, she really doesn't want to do the superhero pose. Natasha's story is already over by this point.
Not the big
Endgame already gave her her ending. So Black Widow is really for introducing Yelena properly and setting up where she goes next. That's also why the movie spends so much time building the sister dynamic. The idea was to create a character who can carry that part of the MCU forward with Natasha gone. And that next step was Hawkeye, which is doing two legacy handoffs at the same time.
They really did basically just try to... I at first, like, taking a step back and watching it like this, okay, they did what they needed to do. But watching it at the time, like, it felt like they were all over the place.
Clint is still carrying the damage from Natasha's death and everything he did as Ronin. Kate Bishop comes in as the younger hero who grew up admiring him from a distance and then gets thrown into his mess for real. At the same time, Yelena shows up, blaming Clint for Natasha's death. She didn't watch Endgame, sorry, but this lets the show keep moving her story forward without making Kate feel like an afterthought. So, by the end of Hawkeye, Marvel has pushed Kate forward as the next Hawkeye, moved Yelena deeper into the present-day MCU, and kept building the same larger idea underneath all of these projects. The old guard is fading out, and the next wave is being forced into place. So before Marvel starts breaking time and opening up the multiverse, it spends this whole stretch figuring out who inherits the names and the emotional mess that the Avengers left behind. And all of this leads us straight to the character who shouldn't even be here anymore. Loki. And if one project really did change the rules of the post-Endgame MCU, it is this show. It is this character.
Loki's a great show.
Because a lot of the first wave is still about grief, fallout, and replacement. Loki is where Marvel starts changing how the universe itself works. Time, branches, variants, crossovers, alternate realities. This is where that whole idea comes into play for the very first time. And the version of Loki they use, it matters. This isn't even the Loki who dies in Infinity War. This is the 2012 Loki who slips away with the Tesseract during the Endgame time heist and turns what looks like a small mistake into one of the biggest chain reactions in the entire saga. That moment looks minor when it happens, but it's not. It's really not. Because the second Loki gets dragged into the TVA, Marvel starts treating time like something that can be monitored, trimmed, broken, and weaponized. Suddenly, the MCU has become a system sitting on top of infinite possible branches. And that changes everything. That's also where Marvel puts its next giant problem on the table.
Nigga thought it was about to be
He Who
Kang.
Remains explains that the sacred timeline only exists because he kept his own variants from tearing apart reality. That's the warning. Kill him, and you don't just free one timeline, you open the floodgates to countless versions of the same threat and the multiversal war that comes with them. So, yeah, Sylvie kills him anyway, and that's the real turning point. Because from that second on, the multiverse becomes the actual structure of the saga. The branches start spreading everywhere. Reality stops feeling stable, and movies like No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness become the fallout. That's why Loki matters so much more than people gave it credit for at first. It is the project that gave permission to Marvel to break its own reality. Then season 2 of Loki took that and pushed it even higher up the board, because now the issue
It's
is
such
that
a good
somebody
show, bro.
has to hold them all
Dude
together.
don't want me to
And
get
after
active.
every other
All
option
fun and
fails,
games till I step out of
Loki is
film.
the one left
Fuck
carrying
no,
that
boy.
burden.
That nigga
By
just
the
stopped
end,
Thor's
he becomes the one
fucking
sitting at
hammer
the
with a
center of all
fucking
of it,
finger, gang. What are you
holding the
about to
branches
do?
together himself.
That's a god.
Guys, that's a massive shift for an anti-hero. Loki finally got the throne that he wanted. People already like Tom Hiddleston.
I ain't
Good
finished
Lord,
that.
they love him on Tumblr. And they loved him as the anti-hero demigod that specialized in tomfoolery.
I ain't even
But
finished
now
that.
he's
I'm
become one
working
of
on
the single
some
most
facts.
important
Okay, my
characters
fault.
in the
My
entire
fault, OG.
MCU. Literally holding Marvel's multiverse together. So while the rest of the post-Endgame MCU is still trying
I
to
gotta
figure out who
finish Loki
replaces
because
the
I
old
did
guard,
not know that.
Loki's over here changing what kind of story Marvel is even allowed to tell now. And once that door is open, Spider-Man is where Marvel really starts having fun with it. Once Loki blows the door open, Marvel doesn't waste much time showing what that actually means on the ground. You can already see the early version of it in Spider-Man Far From Home. The movie is dealing with the fact that Tony Stark is gone and Peter Parker is now stuck in the worst possible position. He's grieving, he's young, he ain't got no money, and the whole world is already asking whether he's supposed to become the next Iron Man. So even before the multiverse starts smashing different franchises together, Marvel is already using Spider-Man to deal with the void that Tony left behind. Then No Way Home takes that and goes completely insane with it. Peter's identity eventually gets exposed by that brave hero Mysterio, which turns his life upside down, and in trying to fix it, he goes to Doctor Strange for the kind of solution that sounds helpful for about 5 seconds and then immediately becomes a disaster. The spell goes sideways and bends reality to a point where characters who used to belong to completely separate Spider-Man franchises and universes start crashing into the MCU. And this is the point where Marvel really starts expanding the idea of the multiverse, and everyone
That
loved it.
movie's so
At least
tough,
I
bro.
hope so, because
That
bringing
movie's
in
so
Doc
tough.
Ock is one thing, but bringing in Tobey Maguire and Andrew McGarfield had people over the moon.
McGarfield.
That
Nigga, is
was
this
Marvel
AI?
proving it can reach outside its own continuity, grab pieces of older film universes that people already loved, and pull them into the main storyline without it feeling like a joke. That was a huge shift. All of a sudden, the old Spider-Man movies are now part of the multiverse, where they matter now, and a part of the character building that Tom's young Spider-Man needed after losing Aunt May. That's why No Way Home hit as hard as it did. Even though Marvel absolutely knows that nostalgia is doing some of the heavy lifting, it's the movie that...
But it's still doing what it needs to do. Now this next movie... Wait. When does it come out? When does it come out? Oh, in 2 weeks. On the 31st. No, in 1 week. Oh, yeah, bro. This next one, I'm so locked in. I
showed
might see
how
that shit
alternate
twice.
versions, legacy characters, and old franchises are all fair game now. Then Multiverse of Madness takes that same idea and tries to take it one step further. No Way Home still has a kind of crowd-pleasing excitement to it. The multiverse is chaotic, but it is fun chaos. Multiverse of Madness is where Marvel starts showing the cost of messing with all of this. Wanda is fully consumed by grief and the Darkhold from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but she has it somehow, with America's Chavez being her main target because Chavez has the unique power of jumping between universes, which is something Wanda needs to reunite with multiversal variants of her sons. This pushed the multiverse from a cool concept into an actual threat. And then there is What If, which is less important as a direct plot machine, but it helps you get comfortable with the idea that there are multiple versions of everything. Welcome to comic book stories. Once that was in place, however, Marvel could finally start doing what the post-Endgame MCU was always heading towards, building the next big team from all of the chaos left behind. This is also where the MCU felt the messiest.
Next big team, nigga. Like, it ain't... Gang, we already seen the Thor trailer. Them niggas is not fucking with nobody, bruh. That's not a big team game.
A lot of
Them
these
niggas
projects
got the
were
C team.
still doing
They don't even
something
got the B
important.
team.
They were expanding the map with more heroes, kingdoms, and more corners of the universe that could matter later on. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is a good example of that. It introduces Shang-Chi as a major new hero, brings the Ten Rings fully back into focus after years of them sitting around as a half-seen part of MCU history, and ends by making the rings feel bigger than just Wenwu's weapon of choice. Also, they're just really cool. Then Wong, who is also really cool, pulls Shang-Chi and Katie into that larger world. Bruce Banner and Captain Marvel get looped in, and the rings are revealed to be sending out some kind of signal. So even though Marvel has not fully paid that off yet, the movie still adds an important piece to the board by introducing a new hero and tying his story to something older and much larger.
Watch that
now,
shit,
Eternals probably felt more disconnected than anything else in this era, but it still changes the board in two big ways. It adds celestial scale lore, and it leaves Tiamat frozen in the planet after the emergence has stopped. Then Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and yes, I'm doing the X symbol right now, and you should be too. It does something similar, just in a more grounded and political way. T'Challa's death, it leaves Wakanda in a fragile position. Shuri eventually takes on the Black Panther role, and Namor brings Talokan into the picture as another hidden superpower with its own resources, its own history, and reasons for distrusting the surface world. So the movie does more than hand Shuri the mantle, though. It also puts Talokan on the map as another hidden power center, which means Wakanda is no longer the only isolated superstate the rest of the world has to worry about. Then you have smaller expansion projects that don't really matter as much, but still added lanes Marvel can use later, like Miss Marvel, who's one of the better examples because Kamala opens up another generational lane, becoming important later in The Marvels. And the show also pushes Kamala into mutant territory, which Marvel later leaned into more openly. That doesn't necessarily mean every one of these projects is secretly the key to Doomsday, but it does mean Marvel was making the universe broader while people were focused on whether the main plot felt scattered. And that is really what this phase of the post-MCU Endgame MCU is doing. Shang-Chi adds a new hero and a mystery. Eternals adds cosmic history and Tiamat. Wakanda Forever adds Talokan and reshapes Wakanda through Shuri and Namor. The smaller projects add younger heroes, new supernatural lanes, and more corners of the world that Marvel can pull from later for Avengers Doomsday. So even when this stretch felt scattered, it was still doing one useful job: making the MCU bigger, stranger, and much harder to fit back into one clean lane. The middle of the multiverse saga makes a lot more sense once you realize Marvel was clearly building one road and then had to redirect halfway through it. That road, it was Kang, guys. You can already feel the groundwork for that back in Loki Season 1, where He Who Remains explains that his death, it opens the door to countless variants and other multiversal wars. That already tells you Marvel is setting up a threat architecture where different versions of the same figure can exist across different timelines and become a problem on a much bigger scale. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, it's okay if you didn't watch it, came along and it made that plan a lot more obvious, though. Kang is framed like the next major force of the saga in the whole movie, and he's the kind of character Marvel wanted to build forward from. The movie puts him in the quantum realm, gives him a big introduction as this conqueror of worlds that has even taken down the likes of Thor variants, and then doubles down in the post-credit scene by showing the Council of Kangs. That is what made Quantumania feel so important at the time. It was clearly trying to convince the audience that Kang was the next big thing, that all the heroes would come together to defeat. And that's also why this part of the saga feels strange in hindsight. Once you look back now, Quantumania feels like the setup for a version of the MCU that Marvel no longer ended up making. But it mostly has to do with the fact that Marvel's plans around Kang then changed, and the saga had to pivot towards Avengers Doomsday instead. The pieces are all there. Loki opens the multiverse, He Who Remains warns about what comes next, Quantumania puts Kang front and center. The Council of Kang teases a larger war. You can see the road pretty clearly. Then the road had to change for reasons. Marvel officially pivoted away from that direction and moved towards Avengers Doomsday, with Robert Downey Jr. returning as Victor Von Doom. Marvel announced that at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, with the movie release set
I just got chills when he took that mask off,
That's the biggest course correction in the whole saga. When you look back, the Kang arc still matters, and we may even see him in Doomsday, but he's no longer the big bad. Quantumania wasn't exactly irrelevant, but it's still in a weird place right now as both a major setup and evidence of the saga changing direction in real time. That's also why I wouldn't spend too much time on Secret Invasion here. Now, even when Marvel wasn't obviously pushing towards one clear villain, it was still widening the kind of story that the MCU could tell. Guardians 3 is a good example of that, because on one level, it's just the end of an era. The Guardians save Rocket, the team finally starts breaking apart, and Peter Quill heads back to Earth. That last part matters more than it first seems, because it puts one of the MCU's biggest characters back on the same planet where all of these larger crossover pieces are slowly stacking up. Then The Marvels pushes the multiverse angle further without making a huge speech about it. The big thing here is Monica Rambeau, Photon, ending up in another universe where Marvel can openly play with legacy franchise material, including Beast. That's what makes the Marvels more important than people give it credit for. Then Agatha all along does something similar, just through the magic side instead of the multiverse side. Agatha herself matters, sure, but the big long-term piece is Billy. The show confirms Billy Maximoff in a much more direct way, pushes him closer to becoming Wicked, and ends with him heading off to find Tommy. So even if Agatha doesn't feel like a giant Avengers-level setup project on its own, it's still adding future pieces through Billy, the Young Avengers, whenever that's gonna happen, and the larger magical side of the MCU. And then there's Deadpool and Wolverine, which comes in and makes the whole thing impossible to ignore. By that point, Marvel is fully building a movie around the TVA.
Nigga, when I be watching like interesting things, it's so hard to react because it's like, bro, I really try to be listening to what they be saying.
Older Marvel worlds can actively plug into the current MCU structure. Even when the saga didn't look like it was marching towards one obvious villain, Marvel kept making the road wider.
Like
Guardians 3 closes one era and repositions Peter. The Marvels pushes characters across universes. Agatha adds Billy as a future piece. Deadpool and Wolverine proves Fox-era Marvel can be used inside the same larger machine. I mean, come on, guys. We got to see the OG Blade and Elektra after what seems like forever. Just the way they walked in, they were so cool. By this point, though, the wall between old Marvel franchises and the current MCU is barely a wall anymore, which is exactly why the Doomsday arc starts feeling real.
Who doesn't like
multiverse
Batman?
stories were getting bigger, Marvel still had to answer a much more grounded question. Who's actually protecting Earth now? That's where Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts comes
I didn't watch this, but I did watch
pull the
Thunderbolts.
focus back down from timeline chaos and cosmic rules and ask what the replacement structure even looks like on the ground. Brave New World is where Sam finally feels like Captain America in movie form, instead of just the guy Steve handed a shield to after Endgame. The film is centered around Sam officially taking on the mantle, and the movie uses that to throw him into an international crisis instead of a smaller handoff story.
Because that nigga turned into the Red
shows
Hulk.
Sam carrying the shield while the world gets messier around him. The other big thing Brave New World does is it makes Earth politics matter again. Tiamat stops being that giant unresolved thing sticking out of the ocean from Eternals and becomes Celestial Island, a source of adamantium, and a geopolitical problem big enough to trigger treaty talks and international tension.
Nigga said,
so, in other words,
nigga said, ho, we gotta be cool. We need this adamantium, nigga. Hold on. Wait, adamantium? Adamantium is X-Men, right? I meant Wolverine. Vibranium is Black Panther. Yeah.
One of the MCU's
Wait, so what's stronger, adamantium or vibranium? What's stronger, adamantium or vibranium? What the fuck? Hold on. What's stronger, adamantium or vibranium? Yes, adamantium is physically stronger and more durable than standard vibranium. While both are incredibly resilient, they excel in different ways. Adamantium is nearly unbreakable and cannot be easily bent, scratched, or destroyed once it cools. It is famous for cooling Wolverine's claws and skeleton, making it superior in terms of sheer hardness and offensive cutting power. Vibranium slightly less physically indestructible than adamantium, but it possesses the unique superpowers absorbent and dispersing kinetic energy. This energy absorbent trait makes it superior for defensive purposes like armor, such as Black Panther's suit. Oh, okay. Alright. You're not a real Marvel fan, you should know that. Well, I didn't.
Loose end suddenly turns into a resource fight, which is a pretty clean way of dragging the larger world back into the story. Then Thunderbolts takes the Avengers void and gives it a much uglier answer. Marvel's official movie page describes it as an unconventional team of anti-heroes with Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker, who get caught in a death trap set by Valentina.
Thunderbolts is
into
actually
a mission
pretty
that
good.
forces them to confront their pasts, which is nothing like the old Avengers, but more like a group of damaged leftovers and unstable wild cards being shoved into something useful because the clean heroic
Like Suicide Squad?
structure is gone. Sam is now the closest
Doomsday
thing
would be the
Earth has
greatest
to a
Marvel
proper
movie
Captain
of all
America,
time.
but the world around him is more
I don't know, bruh. I don't know, gang. I feel like we kind of know what's about to happen in Doomsday, though. Nigga, and all I'm saying is, I've never been in a theater, and I've been to a theater for a lot of Marvel movies. I've never been in theater like I've been in for Infinity War. When everybody died, nigga, I want you to know the whole shit was silent. Niggas ain't say a fucking word. Niggas ain't know what to do. Niggas was walking out that theater quiet as a bitch. Come on now.
more fractured, more political, and less stable than the one Steve operated in. At the same time, Thunderbolts shows another attempt to fill the Avengers hole with people who absolutely don't get along with each other at all. But can they coexist? So, before the bigger crossover, Marvel has really been trying to rebuild the Earth side of the board too. And the picture it gives us is not the Avengers are back. It is a much shakier replacement structure held together by pressure, necessity, and whatever version of teamwork that these people can manage. This is the point where the story stops feeling like a look back and starts feeling like a runway. Once the Fantastic Four First Steps, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Avengers Doomsday projects come along, the post-Endgame MCU starts looking more like Marvel dragging all of these lanes towards the same collision point. The Fantastic Four First Steps raises the scale immediately because Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben, and that whole corner of Marvel drag the MCU into a different class of story. Marvel presents the movie as the introduction of Marvel's first family, and the film's setup already puts cosmic-level threats like Galactus on the big screen. That means the MCU is now fully stepping into the Fantastic Four side of Marvel, where genius-level science, cosmic danger, and reality-bending stakes all start feeling normal. And that is before you even get to someone like Franklin Richards, who is exactly the kind of character whose presence would raise the scales fast. The comics, they describe him as one of the most powerful mutants with psionic and reality manipulation abilities. Even without making hard plot claims, Franklin belongs to this kind of power tier that naturally changes how people look at the Doom.
Is this the baby? Is this the baby? When my son Peter died, I nearly slipped Thanos myself. Wait. This is the baby. This is the baby that's going. Oh shit, that's tough.
But the story in Spider-Man Brand New Day would be equally as important, but for a different reason. Marvel's official trailer describes it as an entirely new chapter for Peter Parker and says 4 years have passed since No Way Home, with Peter now
4 years. So this nigga a grown man. I'm telling you, the baby gonna kill Doom. That would make sense. That would make sense. But how old is how long? Damn. Hold on. Okay, so they had the baby in. Wait, what year was Fantastic Four? That was like in the 80s or something, right? So if they had, the baby got to be at least like 17, 18 at this point. Let's see, how old will Nick Richards be in Doomsday? What year was Fantastic Four set in? The Fantastic Four was set into the 1960s. 1964. Okay. Nigga, no. Time travel. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. I was about to say, because that don't even make no fucking sense.
Living alone, and he's broke because that's what Spider-Man fans want, and he's erasing himself from the lives and memories of the people he loves. And that's a big deal because Spider-Man is no longer operating from the old Avengers-era safety net. Tony's gone. Peter's old life is gone, and now his next chapter starts with him standing on his own in a much stranger MCU than the one he first entered. Then you get to the mutant pressure point, which is where Marvel has to be handled carefully, but honestly. We don't need to pretend we know the exact structure of the X-Men debut to see that the door is already open. the Marvels pushed Monica into a universe with direct legacy mutant implications. Deadpool and Wolverine made Fox-era Marvel part of the current storyline in a very, very tasteful way. Between the Marvels, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Marvel's broader Doomsday runway, the mutant side is no longer sitting safely outside the MCU.
Right,
The real question is how
MCU,
wide Marvel swings that door by the time Doomsday arrives. Then, of course, there's Avengers Doomsday itself. Marvel's already confirmed that RDJ is returning in a new role as VVD, and Marvel has framed the Fantastic Four as important to the future of that film. So this is where the post-Endgame saga starts looking more like convergence. Legacy heroes, new heroes, cosmic players, multiverse rules, old franchise material, and Earth-side replacement teams are all moving towards the same place now. That's really what everything after Kang has really been setting up. My conclusion! The post-Endgame MCU was never going to be clean. Marvel had just ended the story it spent more than a decade building. The old Avengers were gone, and the emotional core of the franchise was wiped off the board, and the studio suddenly had to keep this giant universe moving without the characters that made it feel stable in the first place. So yeah, some of this phase did feel messy, but y'all can't tell me that we didn't have some bangers at least. But when you step back, the bigger pattern, it's a lot easier to see. Marvel was replacing old heroes, expanding the universe, breaking open the multiverse, and setting up the next major collision, all at the same time. Now that the Fantastic Four are here, the mutants are getting closer, Doctor Doom is on the way, and for the first time since Endgame, the MCU actually feels like it is building towards one giant event again. And I am so excited to see what happens. Now guys, if you made it this far, let me know.
Thank you, man. W fucking video, bro. W fucking video. W fucking video. W fucking video. Alright, Chad, it's getting a little late. I need to start I need to finish editing. I'm gonna post some clips from tonight's stream after I edit. I think once I start editing on my computer, editing on my phone for the clips is gonna be so much easier. But with that being said, I shall see you tomorrow. Sunday, I think we're gonna do an IRL and do find a fucking whatever that shit's called. We need to find a tiramisu low key. How do you even spell that shit, bro? Tiramisu. Houston. Near me, let me see. Why can't you say it? Oh, let me see your menu, nigga. Nigga, what the fuck? Ten to 5, okay. Let me just see their menu. Let me see their menu, chat. Let me just see their menu. I think we might have found one. What the fuck? Okay, cuz. Oh, it's a pasta shop. So I gotta make my own pasta? Oh, they're making it for me? I mean, I gotta make it myself? What the fuck? No. No. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Because I didn't want to share it just in case, like... A bakery and a cafe. Okay, they probably definitely got it. Don't hurt me no more. No more. Cannolis, traditional cannoli. Oh, wait, pastries. Where the cakes at, my nigga? Cannoli cream croista. Do we see fucking, what are we looking for? Tiramisu. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just feel like if they had tiramisu, it would be on here somewhere though, right? I think we just have to call them and see if they have it for that time. But let's see. Let's look at one more. This should say it's open right now. Oh, reach concurrency limit. I don't even know what that means, gang. Let me just see the fucking menu, gang. Let me just see the menu, gang. Why I can't speak no motherfucking... Oh yeah, that shit look like this shit expensive as a bitch. Let me just see the menu, gang. Fuck, I'm tired, bro. Tiramisu, $8. Okay, we'll go here. We'll get the tiramisu. That'll be $8. And we'll get some pasta, I think. We'll get some pasta. This shit looking expensive. Filet mignon, nigga, 35. Hell no. Let me just get some motherfucking spaghetti, my nigga. I don't see no spaghetti on this bitch. Spaghetti, here we go, with ground beef, meatballs, broccoli, and a marinara. Do not put no fucking broccoli in my shit. But I get that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, bet. This is where we'll go. This is where we'll go on what's the name? I'm not sure if we'll live stream. Maybe we'll just live stream us going to pick it up, blah blah blah, coming home, eating that shit, blah blah blah, like that. Feel me? But I love y'all niggas. I see y'all tomorrow. Hey man, I'm telling you, by the end of this year, bro, 1K, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in.